my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So today I have a very special guest, but before we do that, it is Gingerbread Cookie Day. I think that's what it is, but anyway, there's regular gingerbread cookies, but I want to give a shout out again to the Leckerli cookies. Let's take a look at those. These are the ones my friend Sandy Lee produces. These are 3 of the tins. I've already given 1 tin away. These are 3 of the tins, and I'm going to show you the cookies. But this is the tin. Oh, this one's so cute with the little children, and then the blue and white, nice for winter. And these are the cookies themselves. So they come in the chocolate coated and the plain. And they also, remember, they have this paper, which isn't paper. It's it's edible. It's an edible thing that goes on the bottom, and it's really neat. It just gives this little extra bit of bite to the cookie. So cool. Okay, I had to tell you that for Gingerbread Cookie Day, because even though these are Liebkuchen, they have a very gingery. They have a lot of flavor. So you will just love them. Love them. Okay, my special guests are the ladies who are working on Duchess, my singer featherweight. So without further ado, let's chat. I am super excited, everybody, to be talking to 2 absolutely amazing, I'm going to call them mechanics, because these are people who are out there working on sewing machines, working on vintage sewing machines, and they have my singer featherweight to work on. So I am going to be talking today. We are all going to be talking today to Marie of Promethean Sewing Machines and Jen of Sewing Machine Rehab. So hi. I'm so excited.
Hi.
To see you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm going to pop their names up so you see who they are on the screen. Now I got this amazing, I went on, my channel, and I was like, I have this featherweight, but I've always wanted a red featherweight. And then a week later or something came this lovely email from Marie.
Yes.
So you had a customer who watches my channel that said, hey, she's doing something crazy over there.
Right. No, I had a comment that mentioned you and your channel and said you should look at Pat's featherweight. And I'm like, okay, all right. And I had never been on your channel, so I went through and it's like, oh, look, there it is. So I looked it up and I was thinking, well, this could be fun, but I personally am not comfortable tearing apart the guts of a featherweight. So that's when I sent a message to Jen. And I said, hey, Jen, how would you like to work on this project together? So, that was the whole chain, is someone who watches you and me to Jen, and then we all came back to you. So.
Oh my goodness! So Jen, your expertise is tearing them apart.
Yes, mostly I do the restoration side of things. They get sent to me, they're disgusting, and they need rewired and maybe something fixed. So I just totally take them apart, fix them, put them back together, clean them up. Yep. I could do it in my sleep.
Yeah, I know. And both of you work on all types of vintage machines. That's correct, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Not just.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and ask Jen first, like, what made you get excited about, what kind of started this for you of taking machines apart and rebuilding them? Because that's kind of a, I don't know. It's very
weird hobby,
right? Yeah, no. Yeah. But a lot of people might learn to do it for themselves, like for just their machine. Right. Like, what got you excited about doing that?
That initially really is kind of my story. I have always sewn since I was like 10, but I always wanted to make a pair of jeans. It was like my sewing bucket list sort of thing. So I started realizing that the machines that I had, they were newer. They just weren't made for denim. Like, I could have probably done it, but I would have probably cried a lot. So that's kind of when I started researching heavy duty. And then I started realizing the vintage machines were actually perfect for that. So my very first machine I bought, it was a mess. It was a Singer 404. And I had to clean it up and fix it, get it working before I could use it. And it just kind of snowballed from there. After one, you want to do another one. And I can't even count how many I've done now.
Mm.
A lot.
So you just kind of got hooked on that fixing craft.
I did.
It's another form of making, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, you make clothing, you make this, you make that, you make the machine better, you fix it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because
exactly.
For my featherweight, you said it needed some work.
Yeah, and when I first saw it just on your video, I thought, well, it doesn't look that bad. But when you start getting inside, that's where you really start to see what's wrong with the machine. I would say the major problem that you had was your wiring was crumbled up. There were places where the connections were almost broken. So there was just a little bit of stranded wire actually holding everything together and keeping it running. So
yeah.
Probably good to not use it until it was fixed.
Well, luckily I didn't. I think I
Yeah.
used it once. Listen, my mother-in-law hadn't used it for a long time, so it had been sitting around for a while. All right, let's see. Marie, you have a specialty right now. Maybe you've done other things too, but right now your specialty is painting machine.
I do.
Yeah. So how did you get to that painting part? Because that's even, to me, that's even a little bit more exclusive of a niche than just fixing them. Because most of us don't even dream of painting our own machine.
Yeah, and I kind of went off the deep end that way. Well, I started it because I had the YouTube sewing channel, and I used my old machines on there. And this was actually the one that started my whole thing. This was my grandmother's machine, and I used it all the time. But I needed to do some work on it. So while I was, working to tear it apart, I realized that the paint was just terrible. And I said, why not? And when I was in high school and everything, I was always trying to work on old trucks and strip down and primer and paint old trucks, which was a bizarre thing for a teenage girl.
Yeah.
But this is like the smaller and more friendly version of that whole process. And so in my mind, I was thinking, well, I know a basic about that, so why can't I carry it over?
Yeah.
And it's like Jen says, you do one and all of a sudden you get all these ideas. Well, I can do another. So I grabbed a broken down 99 I had. Oh, well, I can do that. And you learn something each time, and it's kind of addictive, but it's really fun because it is that creative thing. You have this whole creative process that kicks in that you didn't even know you had inside of you until you try. So
yeah, the paint part is very interesting. Do you paint other things as well as machines? Have you, for fun or?
Oh, well, I live on a farm, so I painted just about everything.
Oh.
At one point I went through and I was painting flowers all over all the barn doors and everything. So you never know. Yeah. I painted murals on the walls and stuff. But, as far as the machinery and everything, it's pretty much the sewing machines, because I wasn't allowed to paint the tractors.
Right. I was just going to say, do you have a really lovely yellow tractor or pink tractor out there?
I know.
Purple.
But the thing is, when you're painting them, you have to disassemble them in order to paint them. Yeah. So it's like one thing feeds on another. So it's like, yeah, I want to paint that, but I need to figure out how to tear it apart. And then you have to figure out how to put it back together. Right. And there's a lot of fabulous information on YouTube. A lot of my early machines, I couldn't find videos on them. Mm-hmm. The Goodrich Bee right here, I couldn't find anything on that.
Oh, wow.
But where I met Jen is I started working on an old singer. So I was looking up things, and there's another guy on YouTube named Bob Fowler, who has fabulous how to tear apart videos and how to put back together, how to clean your parts. And one video, he did a shout out of my channel and a shout out of Jen's channel. Ooh. And it was like, oh, who is this? I must look. And so that's how we met.
Yes, exactly.
It's perfect. It's perfect to have a partnership, somebody you can just, say, I'll do this part, you do that part. So you could each specialize and do the segments that you enjoy most.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's important.
So Jen, have you ever wanted to paint a machine? Like you're like,
Uh, I have worked with one other painter besides Marie.
yeah,
And just the process, because Marie does so much more for me than my other painter does, just the process of masking the machine and making sure all the holes are plugged. No,
yeah.
I don't want to. And honestly, I don't think that my family would forgive me if I adopted one more hobby. There's not time for that.
Right, right, right. I get it. I get it. So that's a really cool way that you sort of found each other. And do you collaborate a lot like this on machines?
You
Either
know, we just did, there was another featherweight we did. I'm working on another 301 for Jen right now and your machine.
one.
And then there's,
Mhm.
there's other plans that we have and people we have lined up. So
Yeah.
it opened the door for a whole
Yeah.
lot of good stuff. And
Yes.
That's
yeah,
cool. Now I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you that hard question. I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this in advance, but Jen, how many machines do you own? Like how many are yours? Oh, see, now Marie's got a second to think about it. So
Okay. Well, before this hobby, I had two. I had my
oh,
serger and my regular sewing machine.
yeah.
Now I'm probably about 15, but
Okay.
I also have like 5 or 6 here that aren't mine.
Right,
So it's
right,
kind of
right,
a revolving door, and I try not to hold on to machines after I fix them up. I sell them. I don't need that many machines.
right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, Marie, she was counting. I
I
saw.
was counting. I have 17 in this room,
Okay.
which is, what I play with in here. But some of them are small and I'm not actually physically using them.
Yeah.
I think I also have a lot of machines in my shop that I own, but they need to be fixed.
Right, right. And
Mhm.
About 30,
yeah. Okay.
maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
it's your
So,
business, so that's part of it.
and I enjoy them, and they're all different. There's something different about each one. So,
Oh, yeah. It's so another question I'm curious about is because you've seen so many different machines, Jen, is there like one that sticks out for you for just sort of the experience of it, or maybe the age of it, or something that you were kind of like, wow, that was kind of like at the highest level of, or the excitement level of working on it?
I would have to say it was a 1934 featherweight. I
Mm,
wouldn't say featherweights are my favorite, but that particular one, just because of when it was made and some of the features that were really unique,
hmm
that was kind of thrilling because I don't know if I'll ever have one that early that was like that again. So when I worked on it, it was sort of like this might be the first time and the last time
yeah.
that I ever get to touch a machine like this. So I have a couple videos of that restoration now. So
It is exciting to have something a little bit different and just to kind of get into enjoying the process of being with it, don't you?
yeah, exactly. And they're all different,
And
every machine.
every machine is different. Even if it
Yeah.
says it's not different on the label, right? It's still
Oh,
different.
it's still different.
Oh, so Marie, how about you? Is there one that sort of stands out in the crowd?
well, like Jen said, they're all different, but
Right.
I think the one that I had, one of the most emotional reactions to was I'm looking at her. She's over there. She's a singer 1511 from 1895. And so she's basically the first year that Singer did 15s. She's the inaugural year, and they did them for like 100 and something years, I guess. Maybe not that long. I think until the 60s they did it. But I found her. She was all rusted out and just sitting on a concrete floor, and it was pitiful.
Oh,
And but it was just, knowing that this was from the inaugural year of the first run of the 15s, and being able to, transform her. And I actually used her on a project yesterday.
mm,
And being able to use them, it's a very emotional thing that way to like bring something back to life,
mm,
basically. I have a lot of machines that were on my bucket list.
yeah.
half 130 and stuff. They're on my bucket list and things, and my grandma's machine, my great grandma's machine, and all those that you acquire. But that one hit me as far as one that I'm rescuing personally.
Oh, that's so neat. The machines, I think for us who sew, are just like, I don't even know how to describe it. They are part of us. Having a machine is just part of us. And I just can't imagine never having a machine. I can remember going to home ec class and sitting down, and I'd never sewn because my family sewed. So the home ec teacher said, turn on the machine. And I'm like, the angels sang. It was like, oh, this is so cool. Like, where have these been? So I'm going to talk a little bit about age range for you guys for machines. Like, because you're doing vintage, Jen, what is your age, of machines that you work on?
I would say anything from the very, very early 1900s that has personally went across my bench. Up into probably the 60s, typically not much after that. I can do stuff like that, but generally things are like the gears break easier in the later models and they're just not as exciting for me. So, yeah.
And Marie, do you have for painting them a age range that you work in?
That I work in, I like big and metal. I like treadles. Treadles are my heart and soul. I love treadles. And so I think, like that singer I was just talking about was from 1895. I think the 1880s is about my earliest that I've done. And usually, around 1960, late 50s is when that whole transition happened. So usually I try to stay right in there. I would say a lot of the ones that I'm doing are from the 40s that are motorized and from like 1910 around there that are treadles. Yeah. But, every mix in between. So.
Well, I thought it'd be fun if you each give a tip. We'll start with Jen about what to look for if you're out, like people are thrifting and they see a machine. Is there something that they should be aware of to look at, or is it really just buy it if you love it kind of deal?
I would never. If the price is right, I would never say no to buying it if you love it.
Yeah,
but if you're looking for a machine, cosmetic condition is sort of at the front of our minds because it's the first thing that we see. But really, try turning that hand wheel. See if it even turns, because sometimes they can be so frozen, you might not be prepared to get it to where it's actually turning and sewing. And then if it's electrical, check out the wiring, because that's not a reason not to buy it if the wiring is bad, but you wouldn't want to take it home and plug it in. Yeah. And then, lift it up. If you can't lift it, it might not be the machine for you, because they are pretty heavy sometimes.
Some of them are so heavy, just so heavy. Yeah. So for Marie, for you, because it might be that the person is thinking, well, I'm going to call you to paint it for me eventually. Right. Is there something that you would recommend that they're looking at?
Well, the first thing is make sure it's not missing pieces. Oh, yeah. I have had a lot of people send me photos of machines that they have, and they're missing the slide plates. They're missing a lot of like key pieces that it can't function without it. Yeah. And so first, if you see something that looks like there should be something there, you're either going to have to buy that part, and do a search. And usually you can find things for common singers and things. But make sure there's no missing parts. And also, if you're looking at a machine, with the electronics and motor excluded, just the mechanics of it, I would say at least 90% of the problems with vintage machines is dirt and oil and gunk and a little rust. And in general, with a good old machine, if you can, clean it up, clean off the goo, clean off the schmoo, and get it cleaned up, then it's going to function. And then it's just a matter of fine tuning things. Yeah. So it's hard to break these old girls. That's that's the good part, is whereas the newer ones, they break. These don't really break. They just kind of gum up and get out of time, you know? So
great tips, super great tips. So why don't we wrap up and have you each tell me a little bit about your channel so that everybody can come and visit you. Jen, tell us a little bit about what you do on your channel.
My main goal of my channel is really just to teach people how to do what I do.
Oh,
My philosophy is, if I could learn how to do it, someone else can. And so I try to make more instructional videos. I break down a process. I really like doing series on one model of machine.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes it can be almost 30 videos long from start to finish. But so someone could start from, the very beginning and work all the way to the end.
Wow.
So I'm just trying to share what I know.
Yeah, that's amazing. I've watched some of your videos. I'm like, whoa, I'm just sending it to you. That's like,
well, that happens sometimes, which is fine. I love to do it. So.
Marie, tell us a little bit about the sewing machine one, and then also mention you have your second channel.
Yeah, well, this is my other channel, and that's more for garment sewing. I sew a lot. My sewing machine channel is Promethean Sewing Machines, and that was kind of a spin-off from this one. And Promethean, it means to be rebelliously creative, and I figured that's what this is, and so that worked for me. And on my channel, honestly, you are seeing a real-time documentation of me figuring things out on my channel. Yeah. It's just a lot of, like Jen said, showing people that it's possible is a lot of it for me too. Because when I first started with all of this, I needed to know how to fix my own machines. Well, my channel is just basically having someone watching me figure out why this machine isn't working, fixing that, making it beautiful, putting it back together and sewing on it. And I really enjoy it.
It is so wonderful. I just love the fact that you shared like that. People, I'm sure, will be so thrilled to come and visit, and you might get a few calls they look around at the machines they own and think, hey, I'm just going to send that over to these ladies and let them take care of it. And I so appreciate working with you for my featherweight, the Duchess, who is going to get she's getting a pretty red coat, and will then get all beautiful new wiring from Jen. Coat of paint from Marie, and Jen's going to fix up her innards.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate chatting. We will.
Thank you.
Bye. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right,
Thanks so much.
good.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I am so thankful for the friendship of Marie and Jen. It has been so delightful to get to meet them, to get to learn about their businesses. And if you have a vintage machine that needs to be repaired, or you're not sure about it and you'd like to have it looked at, or you want one painted, you need to contact Marie and Jen and just get ready for a wonderful, wonderful experience working with them. So thank you to both those wonderful ladies. Probably the next time I will talk about the machine might be when it arrives back. So that will be super, super exciting to get the grand reveal of the Duchess after her spa trip. So I do have a little bit more for this video because you are all making my birthday week kick off with an amazing mail. And so I want to take time to share what's come in, and it's just so awesome. You are so sweet. You've written such beautiful cards. So let's just take a look at some of the things, not some, just at all the things that came in. This one is from Janice in Virginia. Look at that. She sewed that. Isn't that adorable? There's a lot of cards here that were made by you, that you made the cards, and she sent me a yummy Starbucks, which I have one right here. Here's my, it's an iced latte with a little bit of soy. So that's all it is. There's no sweeteners or anything else, just the coffee and the soy. And it's decaf. It's so exciting. I'll get a caramel brulee later this week. So thank you. I gotta be sure I don't mess all these cards up. You guys have just been so incredible to make this week. This week is starting so awesome. This is from Valerie in Maine, and she sent a beautiful card, birthday card. Some of you sent birthday cards, some sent notes, some sent Thanksgiving cards. And she found these pins. Look at these. Look at them. Holiday pins. I love them. I love them. They look like wreaths, don't they? I could hang them up for decoration. I could hang them on the tree. Would that be cute for a sewing tree? They would be so darling. They could be darling for you to give to your sewing friends as well. Always thinking about that, right? Your sewing buddies. This is from Julie in New York. And she also made the card. Look. Look how cute that is. It's like a little mini quilt. I love that. And she sent along some fun Van Gogh socks. I saw these. I saw these in person in well, at least one of the sunflowers ones he did in the Van Gogh Museum when I was a teenager, lived overseas. And she sent along some some backup. Yeah, gotta have the fuel, the quilter's fuel. It's a good thing. Quilter's fuel is a good thing. Okay, so I have here, let me see, this one is from Heidi in Florida, and Heidi also made the card. Look at that. And you guys wrote nice notes. And Heidi, all right, this is amazing. Look at the mushroom ornament. Now I am obsessed with mushroom ornaments. Totally obsessed. Look how beautiful that is. That is definitely going on my tree. And one of our friends sent me a picture of a tree, a smallish tree decorated all with mushroom ornaments. So now I'm very obsessed with mushroom ornaments. This one is from Mary Alice in Arizona. And she also said the notes and everything are just so sweet that you've sent me. And some more fuel from Starbucks. Love it, love it, love it. It is my little break, my little pleasure every day. Yeah, I know. But they have like 20 calories because it's just a little bit of soy. That's all the calories there are. So this one is from Elaine. I have to show you. She put stickers. Oh, I can't show it without showing everything. No, I can. Okay, so there's a sticker. Look at that. She found this cute sticker on there. So Elaine actually lives in the town I went to college in. So we have connected, and she came down to the Harrisonburg. So it's been so much fun. She sent me some cards for my birthday. And it's a birthday one. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those flowers. Don't we look at everything and think that could be quilt fabric? And there's a beautiful Thanksgiving. They're so nice. More awesome little stickers. Look, she's got one with quilting stuff on it. So what is in here? Let me just do this for a second. So yeah, that'll be a little easier for this one because there's a little grouping in here. We've got the owl tea towel. Look, oh, sweater weather, so darling, so absolutely darling. I had in here some. Greg is going to confiscate these. He's always taking the peeps. I always get to get one to put in my coffee, but he tends to grab them. Look at the beautiful snowflake. That is gorgeous. It's very delicate. And we've got in a little Ziploc and wrapped so that, it doesn't, you don't want these things to break and spill onto everything else, do we? You guys are always so considerate of that. You send everything wrapped up so well. Hold on one second. Okay, I got it out of there. It's peach vanilla bourbon jam. Oh my goodness, Elaine. That sounds decadent. Just decadent. There's another, look at the gnomes for Christmas. Look at them. So cute. And I do use tea towels. I always use them. We have, there's another cute little thing in here. Hold on, let me put that back there. There's some beautiful lotions. Look at these. They sound yummy because they sound like food. And here, I'll put this up here now. Yeah, and she has another little something wrapped up. See, it's wrapped up in a little polka dot bag. It's the tiniest little bag, Elaine. The tiniest little bag with, do I have to break into this one too, Elaine? You'd like, okay, here we go. What is in here? Oh, it's a teeny tiny little owl. Look at that. So precious. So precious. Okay, I don't want to lose it. I'll put it back in this little bag. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I have got, all right, I have got this from, I know who it's from. It's right here. Lori in Michigan. And I don't know, you're gonna die. You are just gonna die. Look at this. Look at that card. How perfect is this? The little wiener dog in his sweater. And she found some, she said these were really good. Schwarm's sour nishid gummies. Like, is that a Japanese name? I'm gonna have to research that. But she says they're really, really good. And a treat, mwah, plus a turkey. She sent me a turkey. Look how cute he is. Look at this. Because, now I'm going to have a couple of turkeys, I think. But so darling. So snazzy. He's a snazzy guy. Yep. So just have a couple more. Just a couple more. Oh my goodness. You have all spoiled me immensely. Just immensely. I just can't even tell you how lucky I feel to know you and to have you in my life as friends, my internet friends. It's just so awesome. Now this is from Carla in Colorado, but I have to show you this bag. Look at this. Is this not a Quilter's bag? Quilter's shipping bags. They should just market those. They probably charge us more though. So we call it Quilter's bag. They'll charge us more. So don't do that. Don't do that. So I think did she make her card? No, this one. So look at the card. Look how pretty that is. Again, those flowers. Of course, all flowers could be. She found me the cold brew, the caramel cold brew M&Ms. These, I'm breaking into these right away. Got to taste these right away. And then I've already read the card, and she sent me this. Let me just put it down here. She sent me this amazing scarf that is silk that her friend sent her. Her friend does beautiful things in silk, and somebody she's known for a very long time. They went to high school together, and she made me this scarf. Isn't this incredible? Look at this. I am just in shock. It is so beautiful. You did such a gorgeous job with it. Just amazing. Thank you so much. it is just overwhelming, Carla. That is beautiful, just beautiful. Okay, let me just set this to the side. Let's see, I got two more little goodies here. This one is from Roberta in Michigan, and she made a card. Look at that. Look at the sunflowers. That's fabric. So she stitched it. Can you see the edge? These are such creative ideas. I like showing them to you because hopefully some of you like to make cards. These are so many good ideas. And so she sent me some reinforcements as well. Thank you. Mwah. And look, two more little things. Look at this fabric with the mushrooms and the gnomes and sunflowers. You can't get any better than that. Can't get any better than that. Are they upside down? No, they're right side up there. I think maybe they're switch around. Oh, so cute. Plus one more little thing, mushrooms. Look at the little, is there like you can just stand them for decoration? So darling. I might be able to fit those on the tree this year too. I think I can try to find a way to stick them in there. What do you think? We are creative people as quilters. We can do it. Okay, and then I have the last one from Beverly in Canada. And she sent, look at that. Look how pretty those flowers are. They are so pretty. And what she did is she got me some candies that she thought I just might not have here in the US. Let me just move that. So here are some things. I just thought I'd put them out here because I have not had these. Whoops. There we go. So the Kit Kats, the Kit Kat like pops are like little circles, and then some crunch. So if all of you Canadians, and there you go. Some of you may get these and know, like, I've never seen any of these. I may have seen a Bounty or something similar, and then got some Christmas cheer going on. So nice. I really, really, really appreciate all this. And then she had, last thing, she has she raised horses for many years, and so she does have some horse things, and had this panel she sent me with a horse panel. So some of you might also have this one. You might recognize it, but there we go. Look at that. That is so pretty. That's it's almost full size. No, I'm not a horse. I don't know much about horses. You know, I didn't grow up like around horses, but she did, and she did show horses then, race horses and just show horses. So cool. Oh my goodness. Thank you everybody so much for making my birthday week so incredibly amazing. I don't know where my little clicker went. So here it is. I'm lost. So I thank you so much for everything. It is just, you're incredible. And I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Jen and Marie, and go out and check out their websites. And so I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.